So I see you found my music bio somewhere. I wear another hat, and that's actually more in the spirit of which I am coming to you today. I am a fourth-generation historian of my people. I am a multi-generational community advocate, specializing in community development from Black-centered values, processes, and culture. I am a descendant of one of Western Canada's oldest Black families. Our presence has been here now for over 130 years. And I can tell you, I guess that does deserve a hand clap. Because we weren't supposed to be here that long. We weren't supposed to make it past those few early years, you see. So that has to count for something. I'm an anti-racism expert, but I have to say my proudest work has been in the advocacy of Black women and girls, personally, collectively, as Black Women United. We were the first Black advocacy collective for our own interests because we showed up for everybody else in this province. And we have been working hard based on those experiences and lessons and deep learnings, having circled up with hundreds of Black women over the years, having accompanied them as they went forward in human rights tribunals, workplace lawsuits, and other acts of resistance to preserve their dignity. Based on that, we are proud to let you know we are on the cusp of a public launch, similar to this one, of the Velma Carter Center for African Canadian Women. It will have a healing-centered mandate because we saw that as we walk the pathway of generations of Black women that have walked these lands before, it takes a toll. It takes a toll. There is hope, and we aim to provide that hope. I'm going to share with you 3 things, particularly when I put my community development hat on and my historian hat on, that has seen Black success when we organize. Now, you may not realize this, but there have been hundreds of Black initiatives ever since we have been here in this province. Some have been wildly successful and came to a natural conclusion, having reached the completion of their mandate. Others have a different story. But when I sat in remembrance and I went into prayer as to just 3 takeaways that is wisdom from previous generations that saw us accomplish incredible things in the face of resistance, the likes of which I assure you, you cannot imagine, nor do you wish to. Here they are. Number 1, they brought their best selves to the initiative. We had a high code of conduct and expected everyone to abide by it. They also knew that there would be accountability should their conduct fall short. That is very cultural for us. And this ensured progress and the ability to fulfill their mandate, as I mentioned, in the face of sometimes incredibly adverse and hostile, and I would dare say dangerous situations. Yes, I mean here. Yes, I mean here. Number 2, Everyone understood the mission, whether it was raising funds to help those struggling after a crop failure or raising a barn. How about building a town? Because my people built towns. We ran them, we administrated them, we did everything that it takes to run a town. And in fact, I'll tell you something. One of the early newspapers of Edmonton, I believe it's called the Edmonton Bulletin, some old guy from, I think, South Carolina found himself up here. He got lost. And he found himself up here. And he actually stumbled his way onto my people's settlement, the town we built. It's called Wildwood, Alberta. It exists today. And he was shocked. He was so shocked that he had to run to a reporter when he got back into Edmonton and said that he couldn't believe it, and to use his words of the time, that if this was the finest Negro town he has ever seen, surely to rival those that any white man could build. And was shocked. But he shouldn't have been shocked because Africans built America. Where is the shock of people who built your nation, fulfilling every skill set to the degree that made it the superpower that it is today? Goodness gracious, there should be no shock. What is a town compared to a superpower? Context, context. So when we were building things, be it nations or towns, the second thing was everybody understood the mission. Like I said, whether it was raising funds to, help those because the crops failed, the creek done rise, flooded everything out, or raising a barn. Folks, they were not there for the attention or to listen to themselves talk. They were completely about the task at hand, and they saw it through to the finish. That is our cultural way. The third thing was they shared values and they embodied them. A belief in of itself, my brothers and sisters, is not enough. A belief in of itself is not enough. We must be living, breathing representatives of those beliefs. Anything less, that's called lip service. When black people succeeded, all those at the table, they walked the talk. We saw lined up behind me just a few minutes ago those who will be leading this organization. And I beseech you, I encourage you to walk the talk. They made their collective action powerful and effective, and it was a protective factor against diversionary characters. I'm going to conclude, and I wish to say that may the Black Impact Alliance of Beaumont uphold these traditions of Black success. May you achieve your initial mission in fine form so that it builds excitement and the need for a deepening of your mission as creating and commemorating our impact it knows no bounds. I am Junetta Jamerson.